Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines, I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. Dear USA, all nations, 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page on this regard. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, this particular session is all about the Prostitution Republican Senate, Prostitution Republican Congress, Prostitution Republican House of Representatives, and Prostitution Republican Democrat Senate, and Prostitution Democrat Congress, and Prostitution Democrat House of Representatives. And it's been a track record that they have been providing injustice, right? And it's a direct proof, it's a fire proof that how the lawmaking, the policy making, and how they have been only signing of injustice has been proved. And the direct example is how they impeached Bill Clinton, right? That's an absolute injustice served when United States of America nation is a prostitution nation, when each and every single government operation is a prostitution nation, when United States of America is one Islam, paganism, and Judaism and Jainism, and a sexually immoral, lawless nation. It all lost any eligibility to even work on to impeach a president, and sadly, the reality is impeached Bill Clinton, an innocent man. So that means United States of America is at fault, found guilty in all counts of crimes of Vatican, because it is if at all United States of America wanted to impeach, they must have impeached only Queen Elizabeth II for being a deadliest sex offender, and United States of America should have impeached Pope Francis
for being the deadliest sex offender. So that means, as of today, President Joe Biden must resign immediately for the crime provided by USA for impeaching President Bill Clinton for being innocent. And so these are all the live proof why the Department of Justice is broken in pieces. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, Brett Kavanaugh is a garbage. He's an absolute deadliest prostitute, and he must never be a Supreme Judge. And it is the same for Amy Barrett also. She is an absolute prostitute and must never be a Supreme Judge. So those are all the life proof, isn't it? That how innocent people alone have been being punished by the lawless nation. So when USA nation is the one lawless paganism, deadliest cunning, and deadliest wild endangered, human endangered nation, it lost all eligibility on a very basic foundation level to impeach a president, and sadly impeached, and that is the deadliest crime. So that itself is a track record how Senate is a prostitute, means Mitt Romney is a prostitute, late John McCain is a prostitute, and Amy of state of Minnesota Senate is a prostitute, right? They all, with blinded eyes, only provided injustice. And they all prove that they can never be a lawmaker of USA. Okay? So this is just a life proof. And I'm going to, and then that's a track record, right? Track record means the patterns of abuse is same. It all followed, and then they provided the robocall to me, right? And then because of the robocall, that's a trigger switch, and that created and then I filed lawsuit against USA. So that means the Senate never knew that I, Vethapriya, will file a lawsuit against Senate. I, Vethapriya, will file a lawsuit against Congress. I, Vethapriya, Senate will never file a lawsuit against House of Representatives. So that means they all got that freaked out mode. And that is why they created the COVID-19. Oh yes, they can fool the presidents. Oh yes, these Senate foolish people, they can fool entire population, but never me, right? So I have handcuffed Republican Senate and mandated to kneel down before the entire human kingdom and just pay me that penalty, $500,000 billion. Just pay me. Because who is United States of America, near Senate, Congress, and House of Representatives, regardless of Republicans or regardless of Democrats, to mandate mask for me and create damages to me? So I want civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines only. So either Senate of USA should say they know what is Holy Bible, or they should say they don't know Holy Bible. Either Congress of USA should say they know what is Holy Bible, or they should say they don't know what is Holy Bible. Either House of Representatives of USA should say they know what is Holy Bible, or they should say they don't know what is Holy Bible. Right? And all along, I've been proving how and why President Trump is innocent and President Joe Biden is not. He's at fault. And he should get out of the White House immediately. Okay? And I'll quickly read through this civil justice sign-off so that we all can be on the same page. Victims of abuse, patients, medical finance aid, compensations claims process. In the year of summer 2019 to December 2019, I, Vethapriya, PROSE, filed lawsuit against at fault and found guilty USA nation for $50,000 trillion. And that is why domestic violent prostitution, Democrat-Senate, Democrat Prostitution Congress, Democrat Prostitution House of Representatives, and Prostitution-Republica-Senate, Prostitution-Republica-Congress, Prostitute-Republica House of Representatives created COVID-19 plague with fatal negligence to enforce pain infliction in my brain nerves. As of February 22, 2021, crime count 1. At fault, prostitute, COVID-19 plague is Prostitution Democrat Senate, Prostitution Democrat Congress, Prostitute Democrat House of Representatives, and Prostitution Republica Senate, and Prostitution Republica Congress, and Prostitution Republica House of Representatives of USA, failed in welfare services and with fatal negligence created COVID-19 plague worldwide and mandated mask worldwide, and enforced I, Vethapriya, PROSE to wear the mask, and it is deadliest crime of COVID plague. Prostitution Democrat Senate, Prostitution Democrat Congress, Prostitution House of Prostitution Democrat House of Representatives, and Prostitution-Republica-Senate, and Prostitution-Republica Congress, and Prostitution-Republica House of Representatives of USA to enforce I, Vethapriya, to wear the mask as mandate and creating emotional torture in my brain nerves. I, Vethapriya, PROSE, a true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge for civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya, PROSE, one Prostitution Democrat Senate, Prostitution Democrat Congress, Prostitution House of Representatives, and Prostitution Republica Senate, Prostitution Republica Congress, Prostitution Republica House of Representatives of USA to pay tax-free $500 billion per president times 45 presidents of USA since 17th century will be total of tax-free 135 followed by 60 billion dollars direct deposit to my bank account in next 1 second. And wild endangered species, domestic violent Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and faces of Pope Francis failed in absolute monarch's job, and with the deadliest crime of domestic violence, fatal negligence, classified as deadliest venom, poisonous wild endangered species for created COVID-19 plague, and mandated mask to enforce emotional torture, pain infliction on brain nerves of I, Vethapriya, PROSE. So I want wild endangered species, domestic violent, leprosy patient, Republica prostitute, absolute monarchs to sign off tax-free $500,000 trillion per prostitute, absolute monarchs times total absolute monarchs direct deposit or wire transfer to my bank account in next 1 second. Damages to my brain nerves done by a prostitute, absolute monarchs is classified domestic violence with fatal negligence is proved, right? I proved every bit of the USA operation is prostitution. And Roman Province Jesuits organizations of USA in 50 states of Wisconsin, state of Illinois, state of Michigan, state of New York, state of New England, state of Maryland, state of Louisiana, state of Missouri, state of California, state of Oregon must pay separate tax-free $500,000 trillion. Multiply that by 10 states of Jesuits is $500,000 $500,000 trillion direct deposit. 500 comma followed by 4 trillion dollars direct deposit to my bank account. And the domestic violent types provided by the Senate, the Congress, and the House of Representatives, regardless of Republicans or Democrats of USA, is breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment and types, and trespass to land, chattels and types. And yes, I, Vethapriya, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, will surely get the medical finance compensations for the damages done to the President Bill Clinton by the fatal negligent USA nation. Okay, and also, but before that, I should get the rightful job, I should get the rightful salary, I should get the national benefits rightful way, all in the front of your entire human kingdom only. Okay, thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.